Okay, so we've had quite a little experience here today, but I really want some good takeaway messages because I know it tends to get a little overwhelming when you learn so much in one day. So let's talk about specific categories of health habits we can embrace. And like I pointed out, you are doing some things great. So the first thing I want to talk about is folic acid. Any young woman who is in a committed relationship, who might be thinking about kids someday, wants to at least consider the fact that folic acid is the singular most important nutrient that she wants to have in her body. And the reason is because as the baby is forming in very early development in those first weeks, there is a chance of a neural tube defect if you don't have enough folic acid on board. So it's just good as a young woman to get in the habit of having the right amount of folic acid in your daily diet. We talk about 400 micrograms a day. You can get it from a supplement. You can get it from foods like egg yolks and beets and lentils and other foods. Just taking the folic acid every day is a really good habit, and it can be part of a regular multivitamin.
That's good
Okay,
to know.
simple enough and good to know.
Thank you.
And something so easy to do to prevent such a catastrophic outcome, yes?
Sure.
We talked about building you a great trail mix. On the go, ready to grab in your household, many, many bags. That will be his gift to you. And he's going to build it with some of the items I have here, which is everything from flaxseed, sunflower seeds, and we have some dried berries, and I have some almonds. And if you throw these guys together in small amounts with a healthy cereal, some healthy baked crackers, you will have a combination of healthy fats, protein, and carbohydrates, good to go for your energy stores, calorie balanced, because you're going to use some measuring opportunities.
Of course.
Other great nutritious snacks is something like taking carrots or other veggies and using a hummus or bean dip. That's a great snack. Also, hard boiling eggs. Just hard boil a dozen eggs on Sunday. You can grab one in an apple, that's a great snack. You can grab one in a handful of nuts, that's a great snack. You can grab one in some cut up veggies, that's a great snack. Okay, but you have to put a little effort in.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I do think that whole grain sometimes can be a little intimidating when you get past wild rice and brown rice, which are typically what people will turn to. Quinoa is just a boiling pot of water away. So just imagine all these whole grains that are out there for you to explore. Couscous you already know about. Now you've got quinoa, which has a protein content. And pretty much if you can boil water and measure a cup, you can make these grains, okay?
Great.
So pretty darn simple.
Sounds good.
And if you have any questions, this is a good time to ask me, so ask away.
I'm looking at this whole array here, and
Okay.
one of my concerns is that healthy is a little bit more expensive, and I'm seeing, these right here. It looks like that's going to be a pricey one when you go to the scales.
Great question.
Okay, thanks.
And the man of the household as well as the woman of the household should always be thinking about finances. So I'm going to offer you two quick answers. Number one, if you take care of your health now, your bills will be far lower down the road. And that's a concept that everybody needs to understand. Yes, it may take a little more money now to protect your health. Those are the bills you won't see many times over later. And particularly in a family where there is high blood pressure, you might want to spend a little bit more money now and figure out a way to balance the budget so you can be buying heart healthy foods that really support fighting off a risk for some disease that you might have later on. My second comment is be a smart shopper. That means we talked about organize your fridge, be aware of what's in there, menu plan ahead of time. You don't buy excess things that you just see and want, you follow the list. And finally, look at the things you can buy in bulk and then break down. That's why I said you probably are spending more on energy bars than you might be if you're buying ingredients to create balanced, calorie-smart snacks that you create at home, but it does take a little more time. And it might take being a little bit more of a smart shopper. So I think it actually isn't more expensive. We just assume it and then we don't think it out. So I hope that helps.
Definitely, thanks.
Okay, cool. Well, that was so much fun with Brian and Sienna. They certainly learned that there's salt lurking in their fridge, freezer, and pantry, and they learned that spending a little extra money might be worth it down the road for health reasons, so hopefully they'll embrace those tips. Now on to the next family.